Alright, so we're going to do a demo on how this table really works. First of all, we're going to create all the tables in one single statement, SQL statement. So we have all our constraint and all our constraint for each table. So we're going to write. Oh, and I'm so sorry that I have to use the online SQL compiler since my SQL is not working. So these are the tables that we have, and these are the tuples that we have also. Okay. First of all, we're going to add our 20 of records for our user table. I'm going to delete this. Yes, and then it's been successfully executed as this is our data for the tables. Yes, and then we're going to continue with community. So this is our community. This is our community records. MySQL. Then yes, this is our table and with 20 records of data. And then after that, we're going to continue with our MBIP stuff values. Also required 20 records of data. Alright, this is our MBIP stuff, which consists of staff ID, staff name, email, and MBIP department. And then next, we're going to continue with our report. This is our report data, 20 records of data. Okay, and this is our report table. It consists of report number, MBIP ID, which we already have been created just now, the review date, and the community ID. Also, the foreign key from our community table reference. And then we're going to continue with our IT support team table. This is our supporting table. Okay, support team. Okay, which consists of staff ID, staff name, and staff email. We have 20 records of data. And then after that, we're going to continue with our receiving values. Receiving values. Alright, for our receiving values, this is our receiving values, which consists of receiving ID, which is the primary key, and our data number, which is also the foreign key. And then we're going to continue with feedback. Lastly, our feedback table. Our feedback table. Give me a second. Alright. This is our feedback table. Alright, then our feedback table has already been recorded with 20 records of data. Alright, and then we're going to continue with our DML. Queries. First queries is we're going to select all feedback from a specific user. Okay, so we have already put a constraint where we want the user ID is equal to 1. So this is our output where when user ID is 1, our feedback number is 1, data number is 1. Feedback text is okay, and submission date is the 1st of January. And then the second DML is this. We're going to update. Alright, so when we update, this is
Hello, so now I'm going to explain our ERD. So this is how our system works. So the community has users, and this user can input a lot of carbon emission data, and it will also get the report from the processed carbon emission data. And this report can then be reviewed by the MBIP staff, and the user can also give many feedbacks, which will then be received by the MBIP staff. And we also have the IT support team, which manage the report here. So this is our logical ERD transformed from the conceptual ERD. So next, so this is our SQL. Here in the user table, we have, just like what the RDP said, we collect all the data from the user ID, name, contact number, full address, and we also have community, which have a community ID and name, and we have MBIP staff. We have staff ID, staff name, staff email, and MBIP. Sorry, and we also have the report table. Here we have report number, MBIP ID, and everything that is connected to the report. And here we have the feedback table. We have the feedback number, feedback text, and user ID. And here is all the waste information. And here we have the insert into feedback. So this is our DDL. So we are making 20 records. This is what the rubric said. We have 20 records here, and we are putting it on the feedback. And this is the community. We have community A until T. And this is the user records, the name, the phone number, the address, the either resident or, and we have the age and email and job and the house type. Okay, next we have the MBIP values. Here we have all the ID. The ID should not be the same. And we have the email, we have the department. And here we have the report number and the IP ID and the video and community ID. Here are all the values. And this is the receiving values, and this is the IT support team values from 1 until 20. And we make sure that all the primary keys are not the same. And this is the DML we have. We are selecting user ID 1 here, and we are updating the user email here. And here we have the check the existing report table. We do it from like, how did we do it? We did it from select from, insert into, and put in the values. And we also have delete from, and we also have select user, and from user report we join into MBIP staff and IT security. That's all for me.
Cool. Hello, Assalamu alaikum. So now I will explain the transaction requirement of this project. So here for the transaction in our project, we took 5 major features. So here let's explain these things one by one. So firstly, we have taken the user data collections. Then secondly, the automated data analysis and reporting. Then thirdly, user engagement and training. Then system maintenance and updates. And lastly, stakeholders. So transaction will be begin from the user by collecting the data. They will collect the data from the system, from the MBIP departments and so on. And then in second part, automated data analysis. So here the main motive will be the collecting the data footprints from the user collected data. Okay. And then the time for engagement and training. Here the transactions will be like. Then the third part is user engagement and training. So here the main objective is to optimize the system utilizations and driving the reducing carbon emissions, which collected from the data footprints of the second features. So here the transactions will be like first from the conducted some workshops, seminars, and extracurricular activities as well. Then provide the accessible guidelines such as posters, videos, or interactive learning sessions. then enable a feedback mechanism to gather user experience insights, aiding ongoing system enhancement. And then the fourth part, which is system maintenance and updates. Here, the main objective is collected the final emissions from the feature 3, then take those things and do the maintenance and updates to the further work. And then lastly, the stakeholders and communities, their objective is to promote the overall communications and coordinations between all over the members, stakeholders, and definitely the developers as well. So here the transactions will be regularly updated by stakeholders about project progress and system enhancements. So that's the main motive of our transactions requirement.